Honda game, what up? Chubb's the omen. Started from the bottom, now we here. Man, F that nonsense, we ain't going nowhere. H came live, you don't know it, then Google it. You ain't making in the game till top book shooting. Respect the shooters to the nitrous, forced induced it, straight piped it. Like we do them chicks and they liked it. Motor like steroids, yeah, they built and juiced it. If you got the next lane, you better say goodnight, man. My Chubb's the omen.
What's going on, guys? Steve from the Honda Game and Paz Brothers Motorsports. Have Andrew here.
Hey.
So this is round 2 of this video. We tried to make it last time. We didn't have such good of a camera. Picked up something a little better. Not so noisy today and not as cold. In the background we have Bastard Child. And the reason it's called Bastard Child, if you can kind of see, let me zoom in. It's a Mazda Speed Protege with the Honda F2B. And a lot of people had questions about this, and I told them we'll make a better video. So here we are. Let's start off with some of the basics. Definitely is a Honda engine, but it's not a regular Honda engine. There's a reason we call it Bastard Child. GSR trans, we'll start off from left to right. GSR trans is a plateless F2B. It is a F23 block, H22 head, and it's a K20 Type S intake manifold. When I said plateless, I mean it's not a QSD kit, it's not a Evolution kit, it's not a Brock plateless kit. It's actually Injector Nation base design. So if we come back in here, we're using Avid steel mounts. We have David, he's our other member of the Paz Brothers Motorsports.
What's up?
So, real simple setup. It is a EK Avid steel mounts. So we're running EK steel Avid B-Series mounts. So both sides is running the mounts. We treat this car as if it was an EK. So from frame rail to frame rail is about the same exact thing. So if you treat it like any Civic 96 to 2000, you could do this yourself. As you can see, the wiring is exposed. We definitely need to spend a little time and clean it up, but everything's functional at the moment. For the mounts, it's just like a B series and an EK. It goes, drill the bolt through the frame rail, for the top bolt, for the bottom bolt. And let me zoom in a little bit. There's a tack weld on the top, just to make sure if anything goes wrong, the motor or trans is not going to fall out. Same thing on the driver's side over here. So it is the B series mount holder, or whatever you want to call it, the bracket. The only thing we did was chop off the back here and put an extra bolt. So it's 3 bolts holding that on both sides. Now, to bolt the K series intake manifold, is using a QSD adapter plate. And then for the third mount, let me try to get in here a little better. Move the wiring out the way. That's a little hard to see. There's a bracket that I made that bolts to the stock MSP location and basically makes like an L. It follows this shape here. I don't know if you can see the 3 bolts down there, but it bolts to the stock location, and then the Avid mount bolts up. And we're running a B series T bracket. It's just a little hard to see. We jumped the fan only because the fan switch went bad. So that's what that is right now for now. For axles are pretty simple. It's running the outer parts that go into the hub. You can't really see anything. But the hub side is Mazda Speed, the original Mazda Speed Protege. The shafts are B series, and you actually could pull them apart and they just slide together. And then it's B series half shaft, and that's about it. B series shift linkage. It was not cut using the MSP shift linkage holder. And then we're running a Civic radiator. And you can see the battery is right there. So it's pretty simple. The motor is semi-low compression. It's again, it's an F23 block. It uses K20 Type S pistons with K20 A3 rods. That dropped the compression a good amount. So eventually we're probably going to boost the setup. Should make a reliable 400 horsepower. without much issue. Then we have Andrew here. It's actually
Hey.
his car.
How's it going, guys?
You want to explain a little bit of the wiring?
Alright, just to give a little background on the wiring. So what we did with the wiring was we ripped out a bunch of the Mazda Speed engine harness and just left harness for fuse box and other essentials intact. So all we did was we grabbed the 96 to 98 Civic EX wiring harness and basically mated it in the form of the Civic into the Mazda. Of course, you got to have both wiring diagrams for the Mazda Speed of the year you're basically hacking the wire from, and you're basically using the Civic as the guide to basically wire, sensor for sensor. Of course, as far as wiring for main relays and stuff like that, you have to have a pretty good understanding of how that goes.
OBD2 compliant,
and
right?
just keeping it OBD2 compliant. That's right. So that when
So you plug in your
the OBD2 scan reader, yes,
Scan
it'll
reader,
actually pick up, and it'll pick up all the sensors and the car's temperature and all that good
so your
stuff.
passive emissions also.
Yes, yes.
And then we're also still running the factory Mazda Speed fuse box. Most of the wiring harness is, like he said, is 96, 97 Civic EX wire harness, and then is modified to work with the stock gauge cluster. All the lights, everything works. Some random guy pulling up, looking at the motor. So all the gauges work. The motor runs. You want to fire it up?
All right, we'll fire it up for everyone.
Fire it up right now. It's pretty quiet. There we go. Now the only little issue and we're having is a temperature. But we found out it's most likely a grounding issue for this particular gauge. All the other gauges, the fuel, the tachometer, the speedo, everything works. So, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. And by straightforward, I don't mean it's like the easiest thing in the world, but it's doable. Your biggest challenges are definitely going to be the wiring and fabrication. If you can't fabricate, or you don't have a friend or somebody that can do the wiring, you're going to definitely have a hard time.